Good Christian media is rare. So when I saw the trailer for The King of Kings, I was skeptical. But then I teared up. That's when I knew I had to see it. It was only showing in select theaters for a limited time. So after hunting for the perfect cinema and schedule, we finally watched it. And just wow. Hi, I'm Sydney, and here's why The King of Kings is worth watching. The King of Kings tells the story of Jesus through the eyes of Charles Dickens and his curious young son, Walter. What begins as a simple bedtime story quickly becomes a vivid, life-changing journey. If you've ever seen Superbook, it has a similar feel. Through the power of imagination, or maybe something more, Walter finds himself walking beside Jesus. He witnesses miracles, feels the weight of Jesus' trials, and begins to understand his sacrifice. What I really appreciated about this film is that even though it's clearly geared towards kids, the writers didn't water anything down. They didn't gloss over the hard or holy parts of Jesus' story. Important theological truths are presented clearly, that Jesus healed, that he loved, that he sacrificed, and that he rose again. Now, I do wish there was a moment where they said outright that Jesus isn't just the Son of God, but God himself. That's such an important truth. But maybe that's a conversation for another time. I'll be honest though, I love children's media. I watch Bluey. But this one, you could really feel it was for kids. There were moments where I thought, okay, we get it, let's move on. But that's part of the storytelling structure. Charles Dickens is narrating, and Walter keeps interrupting, asking questions, needing explanations. So the pacing is slower at times, more explanatory. But for a child, especially one new to Jesus' story, that's actually helpful. We watched it in a theater on a Tuesday night. There were only 6 people there, and 4 of them were kids. And that's who this movie is for. It's an introduction to a deeper understanding of who Jesus is. And even though it's only an hour and 45 minutes, it hits all the essentials. They couldn't include every miracle, but they didn't skip the important ones. I was especially surprised and moved that they included the tearing of the temple veil. That was powerful. But the moment that really got me, it was when Walter saw Jesus through the eyes of the people he helped. That was the turning point, when Jesus stopped being just a story and became personal to him. And then came the scene where Walter was drowning, and Jesus reached out to save him. That visual hit me so hard, because I've been there. I felt like I was sinking, overwhelmed, and Jesus met me there too. It was a quiet but powerful reminder. Jesus died for me. And can we talk about the animation? It's stunning. While I didn't exactly love the character designs for the disciples, they felt a bit disproportionate and too cartoony for my taste. I love how Jesus looked. And when Dickens told the story of the 10 plagues in Egypt, that whole visual shift, that was chef's kiss, my favorite animation-wise. Then there's the cast. Oscar Isaac as Jesus. What a performance. His voice had so much weight and warmth. It was comforting, commanding, perfect. Then you've got Uma Thurman, Pierce Brosnan, Mark Hamill, and Kristen Chenoweth sings the end credit song. Glinda the Good in a Jesus film? Yes, please. Now, my friends and I did have some post-movie debates, like how Jesus pointed out Judas as the betrayer. In the film, he gives a piece of dipped bread to the one who will betray him. My friend said, wait, I thought Jesus said the one who dipped with him is the betrayer. And she's right, that's in Matthew. But when I checked the book of John, the movie was accurate there too. And honestly, that moment sparked something in me. I opened my Bible again. I wanted to compare, to understand. And that's what good Christian media should do. it should drive us back to Scripture. The King of Kings isn't perfect. Sometimes Walter's interruptions were a bit much. Sometimes the pacing moved too fast, jumping from one miracle to another. But that's okay, because this film still managed to show the heart of Jesus, and it's one of the best introductions to his life that I've seen for young viewers. At the end of the day, if you want to fully experience Jesus, the best place to start is still the Bible. But for those first sparks of curiosity, this film could be the beginning of something eternal. Hi guys! As a Christian who loves watching movies, I sometimes bring up Christian themes in my reviews, even if the movie isn't technically Christian. I'm not forcing it, I promise. The symbolism is just there. But I'm so happy that this time I actually get to review a Christian movie, and I really hope we get more like this in the future. Thanks for watching, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!